without the theme music. I forgot to set that.
We're a cappella here.
This is it. Yeah. This is the Welcome to Florida podcast.
Welcome to Florida, everybody.
We're doing it from
podcast.
the former improv.
We're here from spring break after party.
Fresh off of spring break.
Yeah, whatever you want to say.
I wouldn't say so fresh. I'm feeling pretty exhausted right now.
What did you get to do this spring break?
Well, it's crazy. My daughter, we've kind of have this tradition where we take a little road trip. It started when we lived up in Pennsylvania, and we did this thing where we took we drove the Lincoln Highway. I don't know if you've ever heard of that. It's basically the road. It goes all the way from the East Coast to the West Coast.
I haven't been to Pennsylvania, but
it goes the whole length. It was basically one of the first major roads that goes east to west.
All the way.
And then halfway through that, you can hop on 66. But anyway, we did the Lincoln Highway through most of Pennsylvania, and we stayed in hotels and stuff. And that's something we did that last year. We toured the east coast of Florida. We stayed in some cool campgrounds.
How was the temperature?
It was great. Yeah. It was great. Yeah. And then this year, hotels were just crazy. I don't know. We stayed a little closer, but we
Prices.
did. It was nuts. It was nuts. So I told my dog, I hope you're not disappointed. We could either stay in a hotel for a night, or we could do a bunch of things every day near our house.
We could all sleep in the car.
Yeah, exactly. But no, we stayed within a vicinity. So we did stay in hotels. My wife, she works for a company that had their convention in Disney by chance this year. So she got a hotel room. So we started spring break in a free hotel room, which was always nice.
Yeah.
And then after that, I took my daughter, and we did our first day trip was to see the mermaids at Weeki Wachee. I don't know if you've ever.
I haven't.
Oh, dude, it was
You're
wild.
Informing me right now.
It was wild. It was cool. Actually, I've seen them once before. They traveled to an aquarium by our house.
They're singing mermaids.
Well, they sing, but it's not. They're not really singing because they're really underwater. It's crazy. You see these.
They call it sirens. Is that what I'm thinking about? You know what I'm talking about?
I have no idea.
The mystical mermaid creatures that would.
Oh, the noises they make.
Yeah,
I saw Splash.
I think their name as a mythology, didn't
they used to think
creature?
Manatees were mermaids?
Well, yeah, but could you imagine? That means, I don't know, man.
I'm into that. I like a thicker gal. It's good.
Dolphins will go for humans.
Dolphins do it for you? Is that
what? Incidents with dolphins.
Yeah, dolphins are fascinating.
Manatees,
don't dolphins I see so many videos of people trying to swim with them, and the dolphins are just trying to bang the girls.
I saw this one sea animal literally. It was a scuba diver, and he dragged him all the way to the bottom of the floor just to play with him. And as soon as the manatee knew he was about to die, he let him go.
Wow!
And he went. And
so they've got a sense of humor.
Yeah. It's just crazy, man.
See, that's a manatee I could hang out with. I somebody who's
give it a beer.
What if you looked him in the eyes? Look at you. All right, 3 seconds left. Psych.
When was the last time you seen a manatee?
Dude, sadly, I've never seen one in the wild. The last time I saw one was probably in Epcot or
the Miami
SeaWorld.
Aquarium is the last time I saw a variety of those aquatic animals.
Okay.
And
actually, that'd be a fun thing a day trip. You got kids. We should take our kids and do.
Yeah, they would love the safari zoo.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that would be. Have you?
I haven't done. Yeah. The only zoo I've done down here, I did Tampa, and that was 15, 20 years ago.
Is where you go in the car. And
is that by Miami, right?
There's one over here.
Do you guys do Gatorland?
I've been to Gatorland.
And I think Gatorland.
You went?
We had a season pass the first year I was here.
Oh, I thought you never went.
Oh no, I love Gatorland. Oh. Gatorland's actually, and they're really friendly to online people. We should reach out to them and see if we could do something there.
Oh, that would be so nice. We should. I seen a friend of mine do a video once over there too, and it got views because
Gatorland, let's do nice. Something. I love Gatorland. I actually have Gatorland in one of my jokes online, my stand-up. So
okay, maybe this weekend.
Yeah, I hope they don't hear it. It's all good things.
Gators.
But anyway, we went to Lake Weeki Wachee and we saw these mermaids, and it's cool. They have this big viewing area. It's like a big aquarium, but it's in a natural spring. They just happen to build a glass wall there so you can watch them, and they all have these tubes. They're like hookahs. It's just funny. I got a kick out of the way some of these girls were ripping on that oxygen. They're like. It just looked very familiar. It's like they've done that somewhere else before. But no, it was so cool. They play a little. They call it the Little Mermaid because obviously, every one of Disney stories is an old story that they've just kind of changed enough to make their own.
Little Mermaid.
So they were able to do the Little Mermaid story, obviously with none of the music or anything, but they did their own little version of it. It was kind of cute. My daughter's almost 13, so she's a little old for it, but she's at that age where it was ironically fun to be there. And we kind of chuckled at it together, so it was kind of fun.
I hear it's a different world as a father of a daughter once they're like turning into teenager, because they're not like baby anymore. They're not like they're,
dude, it's
like
it's
sometimes
strange.
maybe I wouldn't know how your daughter is with you, but they'll get like not interested in stuff as they used to, maybe the same way. I don't know.
Well, yeah, she's weird. It's odd. She'll get interested. Like my son's taking piano lessons, and we picked up a decent little electric piano from Guitar Center, and my daughter watched like 3 or 4 YouTube videos and just was able to immediately play like 100. Like she got pretty decent. Like not a great, but
she had an ear for it.
And then like she's really quick at that, and then she on to something else, and she starts to have a ukulele. She's figuring out that now. Yeah, which I like it.
It's good. Well, the younger
I don't want to force her to do something she doesn't want to do, but.
Well, kids have an advantage of like that plasticity, right? They call it neuroplasticity. So it's they're gonna be looking at all types of things to do and pick up on those things quicker than maybe an adult would.
Right.
Well.
Right.
But the
Wiki Watch,
music is so good.
Yeah, that's the thing. She's a great singer. She's a great dancer. She's actually, it's funny. I used to play guitar, and she's already way better than I've ever.
Sounds like my little sister.
Yeah, she just picks it up, and
she's happy to be like, she's like a showgirl. I don't know.
Yeah. She just likes to. She's got
talent.
My daughter puts all that effort into, like, hopefully dance is something that turns into something for her, but I'll be devastated if she doesn't do something creative.
I always think that it's crazy to see new dance moves, because I'm like, we've been alive for like so long. Who knows what we've forgotten or what we're rediscovering with like dances? Yeah, I hope breakdancing comes back. Is there any dances that like that are new or popular that
Jeez, I don't know, man. I know most of the wedding dances. If we go to a wedding, I'll be able to keep up. Actually, it's been a while. There might be some new wedding songs I'm just not aware of because I don't go out. But I would assume all the classics.
TikTok is kind of like what made dances more popular again.
Are they still there? Because they kind of went away from my feed. I used to like to watch the TikToks, the dances.
Yeah, you heard about the law that's
they're about to ban it, right? Something's about to go away, or unless someone buys it. Should we buy it?
Exactly, you're right.
Let's start a GoFundMe. Let's start it today.
Elon Musk writing up another check.
Yeah, I wonder how much it's worth. It's got to be worth a ton, right? Maybe not 40 billion.
Who would honestly want to buy TikTok that has the money for it?
I read that that one. The one where all the right-wing people, Rumble, said that they were going to buy.
Oh, that would be smart.
Yeah, they said they were looking into buying it. That would be interesting.
I think Dana White has ownership of Rumble.
Oh, does he really?
I think so.
Oh, that dude's got a few dollars, huh?
He's got.
He's doing okay.
Power Slap is his new like sport. You seen it?
That's insane.
I love it.
Insane. It's funny. You know which one I leaned into? I thought was going to take off. I even bought the product. I thought the professional pillow fighting was going to be a great thing. I have 2 professional pillow fighting pillows in my house. We can use it. We can use them for something. We'll figure it out. But
I would watch it if girls were playing.
I saw it one time. I think it was here. I was at a show here, and it was on the TV, and there was like a dozen of us just around this TV, like watching these dudes pillow fight, and we're talking about the techniques we used to use.
I love the power slap though.
That's pretty insane. That's insane.
You have different sizes of men, and
and
women too.
And women.
Yeah, from countries as well. Like
it's wild.
This guy has it lined up for the talent,
and that's Dana White's thing too. Right?
Yeah, it's his name.
Good for him. Well, speaking of that, I took my daughter to her first concert as well over spring break. We went to the House of Blues.
Yeah,
we saw a lot.
Did you posted something on Facebook?
Yeah, I put a joke that it was Cannibal Corpse. That's a death metal band from back in the day.
Not my time.
Yeah. A lot of people got the joke, but anyway, it was a pop punk band. It's one of my favorite bands, MXPX.
My first
and the
concert
Ataris
was at House of Blues.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Who was it?
It was Zed. I don't know if you know.
Okay. Yeah, that's cool.
I have like a story that I can't say on camera, but like,
okay,
it was a good time.
All right, can't argue with that.
No, man.
Well, we did have a good time, but it was weird. Like when we first got there, we kind of found a spot to stand like on the stairs, and you're supposed to keep that area clear. Well, I understand it's a concert, or whatever, and right as the main act came on, like a song in, there's this couple of girls. And I kept writing jokes down in my phone, and then they started being assholes. But anyway, like they were probably like 3 years younger than me, but like they were desperately trying to look 10 years younger, if that makes sense. Like they were standing right in front of my daughter, and I moved, and I was like, I stood behind her because my daughter was staring like at her back.
You're talking about?
They were at the show as well. It was general admission, but we were on the stairs, and I just switched because she was on the higher stair, and I put my daughter down there so she could see, and I could see over this girl's shoulder, and I think she noticed it, and then she jumped. She moved in, like I think she did it on. I really think she did it on purpose.
Yeah.
And we did that. Like I moved my daughter a couple times, and to the point where the couple next to us saw what happened and was like, "Hey, why don't you come down here?" Like it was very obvious that this girl was being a real asshole. And then she did it again, and then when somebody walked by, like she exaggerated, like falling.
Oh wow.
And she did it twice, and I was like, the third time, all I did was right in my daughter's face. I just put a stiff elbow, one there, the elbow's there, and the next time she ran into me, the back of her head smacked dead on the ball of my elbow, and she didn't like that much. She was none too pleased with it.
Hard that time.
And all I said, she turned around and said, "What the fuck?" I'm like, "Oh, yeah, you kept bumping into my daughter." I was just blocking her face. She's like, "I didn't do it on purpose." I'm like, "I didn't say you did. I just blocked my daughter. I didn't want you to hurt her." And she was like, "I didn't do it." She kept screaming. She didn't do it on purpose. I'm like, "Oh, neither did I." I'm like, "I was just blocking my daughter."
My coworkers were telling me a story of this guy who would be like, "It's not on. I'm not. Don't take it personally." Like. But like he was getting food laid out all the time, but he's just projecting,
Well, I felt like she was responding to me yelling at her, and I didn't.
No, I don't know.
But anyway, like she kept doing it, and then we kept moving. She kept moving, and I'm like, you know what? You're a real ass. I called her an ass. I kind of cursed her out, and I said some things that weren't so nice. And my daughter was like, "Wow, Dad."
I love you.
Kind of. And then we just moved. We moved to another spot next to these really rad old ladies, and not old ladies. They were cool. They were older generation, and they saw my daughter. Their first show, awesome, yeah. And they were dancing with her and singing along with her, and it went from like I'm glad it didn't ruin her moment.
It's a packed spot.
It was like I said, I was trying to accommodate.
No, of course.
She was being rude. I was trying to accommodate her being impolite by moving. And the people next to us, when they moved and they saw, then I was like, this lady's she's just being a jerk.
Yeah.
And I just told my daughter, I was like, you know what? Just don't be that. Don't be that person to intentionally try to ruin someone's time. It's a shame. It's a shame, but she's lonely. Essentially what I said. I was like, she's not happy in life, and this is the only joy she gets. Yeah. So I was like, let her have it. We finished out the night with a great night. It's funny. I got a car too. I remember I told you my car was goofing up. I bought another car. It's a used, it's an old beater car, but it's just something it's a convertible little fun thing to tool around on. But yeah, so that was our thing at the concert, and then we did horseback riding as well, which was fun. I don't know if you're
I've done it.
I love it. Yeah, there's a place not too far
hurt
from
my back one time afterwards.
Oh,
I don't know if
dude, it wipes you out. They had like a 60-minute or 90-minute.
Not knowing, or like maybe it's like
they're different muscles. They're different muscles. Yeah. You know what I equated it to when I first got on it, like the first couple minutes, because I know how to ride. I can trot. It felt like after I rode a jet ski. Yeah. You ever go jet ski ride? I used to have a couple.
Once.
Okay. I used to have a couple jet skis, and I remember afterwards just like I would sleep for a day and a half if I was able to. It was so exhausting, and that's similar to when you're on a horse.
I try to
think.
sleep a day and a half if I can.
But no, dude, it was fun. That was, I asked her. I said, "Would you care if we come and film some stuff so we can do some content there?" It was the Lucky H. Ranch. It's not too far from your parents' restaurant in Kissimmee down there.
All right.
Yeah, it's connected to It's connected to a public park where you can go pick berries and stuff.
Yeah,
and it's funny. Here's a crazy thing we were talking about on the ride. The lady, I can't remember her. I think her name's Casey. On the ride, we were talking. She was talking about the berries, how you can go there and pick berries. And I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. It's like, why aren't there more public areas that grow fruit-bearing trees?
Why do you think?
Well, no, and we kind of discussed that. And she's like, well, and she's the member of a couple. And she's like, you know what? I'm going to bring that up. And I think that would be a great idea, even in public areas, like where there's so many homeless people.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's something I'll jump on board with and back. You're
reminding me of this hilarious clip I seen of Orlando. I think his name is Orlando Brown.
Okay.
And he is the actor from That's So Raven.
Oh yeah.
And he went he went like far out like crazy or whatever, but he's speaking about like, why are we charging people for apples, for grapes?
They're calling that crazy.
And it's like,
he's not wrong, man. It's I get it. I get it, and I even if it was still free on the street, I would try to. Actually, I don't know. I'd probably get it for free on the street.
I really want to see that video, but yeah.
But doesn't that make sense? Like I think that's especially with
such a valid question.
With the homeless where it is now. I wonder if that's something we could start, or if there's even somebody that's already started that we can get behind. But that's something we'll look into that. We'll see if we can promote something. Yeah.
You son of a! You're making us pay for grapes, apples, things that God gave us for free. Ha! Ha! Da, 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 you will burn in hell when I'm through with you. You will not be allowed in my Father's house.
It's wild that's crazy. He probably could have delivered it differently.
Yeah, but
what he's saying though, what he's saying though,
it's true. But it's take away the truth from that.
Honestly, and I bet even like Publix could get behind that. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
The kids they offer free fruits.
Yeah, that's great. You walk in.
They offer a free banana.
I think a lot of grocery stores will do that.
Publix in Florida.
I love Publix. Yes. Publix is my go-to.
That's a great one.
They got great food there.
Service is amazing. Their sandwiches are amazing.
Yeah, their subs are great.
They might take a little while to make those sandwiches, but.
Yeah, I tell everybody who complains about the wait while you're waiting, then go somewhere else then. It's like get out of my line.
It is.
I'll wait. I'll take your spot.
They
do a good job there. I'm a fan.
It's tasty.
What's your favorite? What's your go-to?
I get the cordon bleu.
Okay.
And I add chicken tenders.
Okay.
And if I could get it tossed in buffalo, or they'll just drizzle the buffalo over.
I just do buffalo. I never thought of doing cordon bleu buffalo. That's not bad with the ham
it's my secret.
That's a good move.
I've told it out there before.
All right, it's out there again. I'm going to steal that.
It's perfect.
You haven't let me down with food. I tried your give your parents' place a shot. Shout out, man. That place is awesome.
I own a restaurant called Take a Bite. It's really good food. Venezuelan street food. It's
phenomenal. I ate there last week. I popped in there.
We have a variety of foods like tequeños, arepas.
Tequeños are my favorite thing now. They're so, dude.
There's like a full list.
If you're only going to go there and try that. You'll love it. You'll probably like everything else, but just go there and try that. Is that what they're famous for?
A white person that doesn't like Spanish food. At least my restaurant, it's like crack, yo. Like finding a good local spot, that's just different than everything.
I feel like it gives us white folks some street cred when we can recommend a restaurant.
I'm in with the culture. I eat at this spot, and it's like good.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I like good food. I'll eat anywhere. I don't care what it is if it's good. But no, that was phenomenal.
If only they grew on trees.
Oh yeah, I would plant them everywhere. I'd have one of those in my front yard.
Oh God.
I just planted a banana tree in my front yard. So we'll see what happens. Mm-hmm. If I get some bananas, I'll give them out for free. I'll drive around the golf cart and hand them out.
Yes. My dad the last house we lived in had three mango trees.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, they're massive. They're
They're easy to grow too, right?
I think, yeah, they're low maintenance. I mean, they're trees, right? Like, you don't really got to do much with the tree, and they'll just plop on the ground when it's the season, and they're ready to eat.
I have to talk to somebody who knows what they're doing, because I want to plant like a lemon tree, and I want to plant all those in my yard. Just sure, if you're gonna have some trees, why not?
Well, I met this. I know
They
we were
bring
talking
bugs though, don't they?
about Bitcoin last time, but this guy, we won't
hang in there, guys. Don't sell. Hang in there.
He's set for life, but you know what he wanted to do? He actually wanted to cultivate his own farm.
That's beautiful.
Because
I would love that.
You know, like, that's for him the honest to God best way to indulge. Like,
I'm growing potatoes in my backyard.
Yes, seasonal. He goes spearfishing.
That is
like,
badass.
Into the ocean and spearfishes and cooks it.
That's pretty badass.
Like, that's all he does is homemade food, seasonal food. Like, and you can do that if you have a backyard.
Right.
Simply put, you could go fishing anytime you want. There's plenty of lakes in Orlando.
Right.
I'm not sure which ones are good to eat that are freshwater, but you could tell me, maybe. I don't know.
Well, I know. It's just, don't they follow nature? What nature does? Like, if a bird, like we saw a bird grabbing a fish today. Actually, that'd be a weird spot to fish, right in the middle. It was right in the middle of an off ramp. So I don't know how fresh that was, but that bird seemed to enjoy his meal.
Yeah.
Or was it, maybe it's just an opportune.
I seen the clearest waters around the springs. Those
Yeah,
are, like,
Wiki Watchy.
really good.
We did a little boat ride, and you could see, like, it was like 10 feet down. You could see the bottom, everything, the bottom feeder. Yeah, there were a ton of
it's
fish
a
there too.
Great temperature too to like jump into the spring.
Yeah, you do that. I don't feel comfortable with that.
I went to the
like the people who
the
like
last springs that I
float
went
next to gators and stuff.
Wekiva Springs.
Do you see any gators while you're there?
I think I saw one.
That doesn't freak you out a little bit to swim with them?
I was like in a different section.
Okay. Here, when I first moved here,
It was like a mass amount of people too.
I understand. So you just had to swim faster than someone else.
You gotta be
as long as you're quicker than the
further
person next to you.
distance.
You're
Yeah,
good.
further distance.
No, when we first moved here, I was so paranoid of snakes, reptiles. Like, I was walking everywhere with, like, at night with a flashlight in my backyard, making sure I didn't accidentally step on like a pygmy. Yeah. Well, I saw a tarantula. I don't know if they're native, but I definitely saw one crossing my road. I've only seen one since I've been here.
Wow.
But I was terrified of all this. And the first time we saw a gator, we were here for probably about 3 days. We were driving back to our house, and we saw one on the side of the road. And I was like, oh, cool, a gator. I slowed down, and that thing took off across the road faster than I ever.
A tarantula?
No, an alligator.
Oh,
I'm sorry. Did I just jump?
No. I don't know. I was like.
Okay, I'm sorry.
but
Yeah, I start in the middle of
The
sentences
alligator
sometimes.
that I ran over.
No, I didn't run him over.
It was a baby alligator. So
Okay.
I think it was like I didn't kill it. I literally I think I only took
They're
a little
very
bit
durable.
of its tail.
I've seen one get run over and turn around and just go back to the other side
Like
of the
it
road.
was like it was small enough that I didn't run over it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I thought that was in the neighborhood I was going into.
Oh wow, we have small gators in the lake in our neighborhood, but this one was pretty close to our house. It wasn't probably about a mile from our house, but we saw the gator like sitting on the side of the road, and I just slowed down because it was kind of half in the road, and the other side slowed down, and I don't know if somebody honked a horn or whatever, but this thing, it took off so fast. I wasn't ready to see how quick they could move. It was I don't have a chance.
I was younger when I learned. I'd never seen how fast they went.
The zigzag doesn't work.
They'll teach you. They'll tell you, in whatever infomercial or whatever they call it, they'll be like, they can run really fast, so don't try zigzag.
Yeah, they can run a straight
line. They will
line.
get you regardless. They're so fast.
I think the best thing, you'd have to try to jump over, right? You'd have to.
I've seen some scary videos of them in full speed, man.
Oh, it's crazy. Any crocodiles are even quicker.
They can jump fences too. They can.
I've seen that. I've seen that.
That is impressive. They are as oh my gosh, they are as about as smart as a dog.
Okay.
These alligators can be as smart as a dog for sure on a lot of occasions.
Right.
but they obviously have like a better ability to climb fences.
It's wild. No, they're a wild animal, man. Clearly they're a wild animal, but it's weird that we're not like there's a certain size that I'm comfortable being near. My kids are comfortable being near, which you shouldn't ever get.
You
comfortable.
tried alligator before?
It's been a while, but I've had it. I didn't love it. I thought it was. And to be fair, it might not have been.
Have you been to the Everglades?
Oh yeah, I've been there. Yeah, I go there. Yeah.
Did you go like airboat riding, or what do they call it?
It's been a while. Yeah, I've been on airboat rides. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a great time.
That's fun. Yeah, it was pretty cool.
It's like
I don't like how they whip around and like tilt the boat when you're in waters with thousands of gators around you. But
yeah, it's probably the most dangerous thing for fun you can do.
Yeah, I would imagine. Well, here's the crazy thing: when I used to come to Florida on vacation. At 25, I used to come to Florida on vacation, to Disney World, and when we would come, we would do these packages, and all of this stuff was included. And one day, we just decided we were going to ride jet skis and go parasailing and go water skiing and wakeboarding, and that was all included with this one crazy package we got a long time ago. And so I water skied, and I wakeboarded, and I was parasailing and dipped into these waters that are definitely infested with snakes. 1,000%. You can't keep snakes out of anything. So I'm sure there's tons of water moccasins. Plus, there's gators in those waters.
The one thing I'll tell you that does scare me when it comes to Florida waters is the not that I've like known any person like cases, but like the amoeba.
The brain. Yeah, that's a real thing.
Yeah, I mean...
Isn't that why they shut down the one water park at... is that a conspiracy? I don't know, there might be a conspiracy thing.
Probably.
The water park, the River Country water park that they had at the campground in Disney, it was fed by the water that was was there. And it was like a natural form thing.
Or something
yeah, it was pretty bad. It was actually a pretty badass water park, but apparently a couple kids got this amoeba.
That's not
I don't know if that's urban legend.
Dangerous.
That might be fake. That might be a fake story. I don't know.
Yeah, who knows what kind of... shenanigans Disney what kind of lies they
Disney?
could...
Come on. I'm a pass holder too, so I don't want you to get my pass revoked.
No,
so let's keep...
Oh my gosh.
I want to keep... I love Disney.
Disney is such a wow, I can't even...
It's yeah, well, you just have to pretend money's not real.
I'm just glad Pokemon is bigger than Disney, believe it or not.
Is it really?
Yeah, it has a higher franchise.
Oh, that's crazy.
It has a higher...
Who owns that? Is that at any theme park?
It's I believe...
It's going to be Universal, probably. That seems like it'd be something they would do.
It's going to take over, I think we were talking last time, the Simpsons ride? I think their contract is ending with the Simpsons.
I hope Disney does something with the Simpsons.
I think they are doing that actually now.
Okay, cool.
Disney is taking Simpsons because I worked at Planet Hollywood, and at the entrance we had the Simpsons family, and I mean I think Planet Hollywood is a little different
gets
because
a little pass.
Yeah, it gets a little pass, but
because that's pop culture more than
but Yeah. What were we saying?
I forget. We were talking about gators, and then we got onto Pokemon being bigger than
Pokemon.
Disney. And then...
Pokemon is a higher franchise than Disney.
That's wild.
It is, and it's way younger.
Disney had to get its start somewhere too, right?
Yeah, Nintendo owns Pokemon, but Pokemon is also its own entity.
Speaking of, we just drove past Epic.
We
how badass, man!
Oh my gosh.
Actually, it might if we
on the way over here.
We might be able to pass it on the way back and still be light out.
On the way over here, maybe we'll catch some footage on my phone. I'll definitely include it.
Heck yeah.
It's gonna be amazing because it's called Epic Universe.
It's gonna be nuts. We kind of saw what they did in California.
New rides. I mean, what more could you ask for?
Looks like a ton of space over there too, man. They gotta. It's gonna be awesome.
Yeah.
What they did in California is nuts, and this is probably gonna be just even way bigger, right?
The guy, there's been so much history on International Drive.
Yeah.
And so now a huge portion of land that was never used
like
is finally being
45
used for Epic Universe, and it's going to drive the tourism even more.
Absolutely, man.
So thank you for watching,
Hell
everybody.
yeah, man. This has been Welcome to Florida. I'm Jimmy.
Time.